The broadcast is now starting. All attendees are in listen-only mode.
Hey, what is going on, everybody? Let me go ahead and throw on the webcam. There we go. Can you guys see me? Let's see. All right, there we go. Hair's a little bit messy. That's all right. And so let me know that you guys can hear me loud and clear and you guys are ready and excited for today's webinar, because hopefully I am going to prove to you guys that this is the program for you. I'm gonna show you guys a ton of different trainings, some case studies that we're currently doing with clients, and some really cool stuff that I'm gonna throw your way. Real quick though, let me go ahead and share my screen as well. Give me 1 second. All right, there we go. And can you guys see my screen? Sometimes GoToWebinar can be a little funky, so I want to make sure that you can see my screen, that you can see me. There's no audio or technical issues. If you're having technical issues, what I would suggest is probably closing some of your browsers, or maybe turning off anything that's really going to drain some of your internet, and that will probably help big time. All right, cool. So it looks like we have people still coming on. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to kind of just get to know you guys a little bit, get to understand you guys for about 4 minutes while people are coming on. Like I said, people are always fashionably late. That's okay. So I see Dion is here, Emmanuel, George, Leroy, Stefan. I'm glad to see you, Stefan. So go ahead and give me a 1 if you guys were here yesterday. I think I recognize a lot of you guys, but I want to make sure if you were here yesterday. That way I know specifically what to cover. And give me a 2 if this is completely new, you missed yesterday's webinar, which is totally cool. And I want to make sure, did you guys get the bonuses? So just give me like a no bonus if you did not fill out the survey and you got the bonuses for showing up and watching yesterday's webinar. So just go ahead and let me know that. I actually just got done meeting up with Justin about 30 minutes ago, and we were chatting for like 3 or 4 hours, just chatting about different stuff that we're going to throw your way. So looks like Dion said a no. Okay, so let me set you up with that real quick. 1 second. Here we go. All right. So Dion, just simply go over to this link, and you will have to simply fill out a survey telling me what you think about me as a presenter, what you thought about the information, and what you thought about the program. And then once you submit the form, you'll get the link for the downloading the bonuses. All right, there we go. All right, so we've got 2 more minutes, guys, so get comfy. Make sure you got yourself a glass of water maybe. Get yourself a pen and paper. And, like I said, today's goal is I'm going to go way more in depth into the programs that we have, the training that we offer, and really just show you guys why I truly feel like you guys should be doing local marketing. I mean, really, at the end of the day, that is why, this whole program exists, is because people were buying product after product. And, while we're waiting, I'll kind of explain this a little more. So I ran a personal training company. I've done over 10,000 personal training sessions. I know people. That is like what I've mastered, is I know how to get people to succeed. And so whether I've had people that were close to 500 pounds that have lost almost 300 pounds. I have clients that won the World Cup in Dubai. I have clients that, went from super scrawny to super buff. Great stuff. So I've also helped people achieve some fantastic business goals as well. And in the process of helping Justin Anderson grow and scale his, digital tool agency, where he's creating software and selling it in places like JVZoo and Warrior Plus, places like this, we've had literally thousands of customers that send us emails all the time saying, hey, listen, I love your software. It generates me traffic. It does X, Y, and Z, but I don't know necessarily how to turn this into a business, right? And so we ended up hearing that for 2-3 years of people always asking us that. And we created a bunch of different training programs and stuff, but we always found that local marketing was the easiest. That's how I got started. That's how Justin got started. It's because we like to call it right now money. As long as you understand that, real estate agents and plumbers and personal trainers, they're good at their trade, but they're not always good at being a marketer. And knowing the basic knowledge that you do, maybe I don't know you very well, you're watching this, maybe you're advanced or maybe you're a total newbie. But I almost would guarantee that you have everything you need to go and be that marketing person that business owner is looking for. So let me show you real quick some of these tools that we have created over the years. Now, this is just a small kind of grouping of them, but Justin has over 70,000 customers across his SEO tools. Tools like 1 hour indexing, Linklicious, drip feed links, 1 hour backlinks, impress release, trending traffic, bullet viral traffic. We've created a lot of training tools in the day. And so basically, as people were buying these tools, we would always get this question. And so that is the core reason of why we created this. We were like, all right, it's too easy not to go and sell these businesses. So that is what I hope to cover for you guys. So give me a 1 if you guys are excited and ready to rock and roll and for me to dive into this. It is now 5:06 and I am ready to go. So it looks like we had a few more people roll in. So I'm glad and excited to be able to deliver this training for you guys. Now, I do want to give you, I want to preface this with saying we are giving you guys an offer, right? The offer is the fact that we want to give you guys more of a partner program where, you get the training, you get all the software that you need, right? But on top of that, you get direct access to Justin and myself. That way we can actually help you succeed. It's not enough to have the software. It's not enough to have the training. What really makes the difference is having somebody that holds you accountable and somebody that is there when you need help. That is the number one thing that people would pay me for personal training for. It wasn't the fact that I had a degree and multiple certifications. It was the fact that they just wanted somebody to say, come on, man, you got to show up to the gym. You got to put in the work. You know what I mean? So that's the same thing we're going to be talking about here. All right, so let me go ahead and I will drop that link over to you guys. Now, if you missed yesterday's webinar, last night I rendered the whole recording and then I put it up on top of the page. So if you go over to that link, you'll find yesterday's recording. You can watch it at a later time, but you'll also see the offer that we have for you guys. And I actually just had a discussion with Justin, just so you guys know. This is the last time that we're going to be offering the Done For You program. We don't want to offer it anymore. So if you guys want to go that route, then at the end of that timer, when it's hits 0, we're not going to be offering the Done For You program anymore. So just because it's too much work for us, we'll do it, but we would rather just be able to give you guys direct access to us, the tools, the training, all of that. Now, do you guys want to see a little sneak peek as to what I actually did today for you guys? Well, if you join the program, of course. Go ahead and give me a 1 if you guys want to see that. It's pretty cool. So I'll pull it up real quick. I got a million tabs open, but let's see. So as of today, I did this recording. Give me 1 second. Early this morning at like 9 a.m. I woke up and I did a recording with this new hero that just joined the program. This is Corey. I'm not going to do it to you, make you watch this right now. Like I said, you can see it's 143 minutes. I'm sorry, it's 1 hour and 43 minutes, right? So I'm gonna edit all this together and then send that to the Be a Hero group. And basically, we just break down, what he was doing before Be a Hero, what he's doing now, and he basically made $1,500 last week by simply finding a couple clients that needed SSL and then set them up for like $150 to $250 per SSL. He just basically made their website secure. It literally took him 5 minutes to set up SSL. And so that's what he ended up doing yesterday, because he did that last week. What he did yesterday was he just wanted to see, how many clients out there have unsecure websites where he lives. He lives, I think, outside of Ontario, Canada. And in like 2 hours, he collected like 50 to 70 different businesses that need SSL, right? Just think about that. And that was just like one industry. He just was looking for roofers. And so what he ended up doing was he collected all these businesses and he was like showing it to his son. He was like, his son's like 13. And he was like, hey, what if I could show you how to make $150 in 5 minutes? His son was like, well, I don't know. He's like, all right, how about this? You could go mow the lawn for $20. He goes, nope, I'm good. Show me this. And so, yeah, it was pretty cool. So you guys, if you join the program, I'll edit this tonight or tomorrow morning, and then that will be inside of the training section as well, okay? So I just wanted to show you that. We have continuous training always coming out. Tomorrow, I have another live video or another video that I'm going to do with somebody that just sold their first press release, so you guys can see how he was able to do that and just be able to talk some cool ways and some strategies you guys can implement that as well. All right, talking over for that. Now let's go.
I'm here.
Oh,
Justin,
whoa.
here.
Nice.
Yo.
That's crazy. Well, you guys have been blessed with Justin's presence as well. I didn't even know he was coming. So that's pretty awesome. Happy to see that you're here, man.
Yeah. I've got to cut out right at 6 on the dot. So I've got lots of information
Okay.
to share with everybody. If you have questions, just answer. I don't want to interrupt Shane as he's doing his thing. But yeah, the bottom line is, man, we're always giving good information, just little tidbits and tricks of the day, and it's all using the Hero Foundation.
Exactly. This really when I was a personal trainer, one of the things that I used to do to sell clients, especially skeptical clients, it was always the bodybuilders. It was always the guys that were super buff, right? They'd always be like, "How can you help me? You're not as big as me." And so I had this screen. It was called the FMS screen. It was 7 different movements, and it would break down every single possible thing that would be going wrong with their body. It would tell me, do they need to go see a medical expert, or do we need to figure out some sort of program to make this work for them, right? My point of saying that was it made selling so easy, and that's why we developed the Hero Analysis tool. Was now I don't need to have an emotional standpoint on how to sell this client. I'm simply, hey, you're failing. Let's put something in place to get you to a passing grade, right? So it's a very humbling thing, whether it's a local business or whether it's a personal training client. So that is why the Hero Analysis report is so awesome. It's painful. You get to see, okay, I'm not as great as I thought I was, right? There is areas that I can actually improve. And what's cool about that is when you start to, improve those small little areas, it really improves the whole, right? So, all right, let me go ahead and walk through this stuff. So the first thing I want to show you guys is we wanted to make sure we gave you guys training on everything. Now, we want to make this so simple, like I showed you with Carr in yesterday's webinar. He didn't have a website. He didn't have a social media profile. He knows very little about local marketing or marketing in general, and he was able to go and lock in a client, right? He just suppressed any sort of objections or fear that he had and just took the report, said, listen, you got a problem, I got a solution, and asked for the money. He was confident about it, and he ended up landing the sale, right? So you can totally do that right out of the gate. But if you guys want to take this to another level and you guys really want to expand your knowledge to be a marketing expert, you guys can do both of that. You guys have the ability to go lock in clients immediately, but you'll also have the ability to really dive into more training to really become and position yourself as more of an expert, right? So let's go ahead and I'll walk through that training quickly. So we have a ton of documents, written documents, and then we have a ton of videos that I'm producing all the time, just like I showed you. So, and Justin, make sure you have that link on hand with the replay and the purchase link. So just throughout the training, just keep dropping that over to everybody because I see a couple people asking for it. You have it on hand, right?
Yes, I do. I'll dig it up here real quick.
Okay, cool. So the first thing I want to show you guys is why are you able to guarantee that you make profit with this? Well, as long as you understand that I'm sticking to easy stuff, right? I'm not selling hard stuff. I'm not building websites. I'm not building long articles. I'm sticking to quick fixes that really move the needle for a local business. When you move that needle and you're always over delivering, they're going to want to pay you every month, right? That is what we're looking for, is somebody that's going to pay us every month. And so, let me go ahead and I'll walk through what our prices are, walk through a little bit more of the training, and then I'll walk through each piece of the software, the training group, and then some campaigns that I currently have going on for clients. So there's a couple different ways that you can offer this. You can offer, doing the work for the local business. You can offer this as an option where you're like more of a consultant. I've sold that a couple times where I'm not even doing the work for the local business and they just pay me to kind of coach them a little bit on what they need to do. So there's a couple cool little things you can do with that. But the 4 basic services I want you guys to be able to sell. Only 4, all right? Not 10. You're not selling all this stuff. If you join the program, I want you to stick to the easy stuff. That way we have happy clients, you're happy, we're always delivering. It's all kosher from there. So for the first thing that we sell is we give the Hero Analysis report, right? Now, there's going to be 2 different scenarios. You're going to have a website that is a WordPress site or a website that is something else, right? The way that you're going to be able to test that, how do I know if it's a WordPress site? What you're going to do, you're going to want to make sure you write this down. You're going to type in CMS website test, all right? So whenever you find a client that you potentially want to work with and you're determining, is this a WordPress site or is this something else, you're going to type this into Google, and I'll drop the link to you, and you'll simply go and find a website. So let me go ahead and, I don't know, we'll just type in HVAC. And let's go find an example here. So we'll go air specialist, grab this link, come back over to here. You simply copy and paste it. And this is going to tell us if it's a WordPress site. And you can see that it is using a WordPress site. If it's not WordPress, then it's a little bit harder. We have to recreate the site inside of WordPress. That way it's way easier to manage for you as the marketing specialist. Okay, so let me go ahead and I'll drop this link into the chat box. Make sure to save this. It's very important. Do not miss this step, okay? So let's go ahead and we'll send that over to everybody. So make sure you always test that website, okay? So let's jump over here. So if it is a WordPress site, we're going to charge you guys $250. That means you can charge whatever you want, but if you charge $500 as an example to fix all the problems you see in the report, that means that you make a guaranteed $250, right? The goal is to get them on recurring though, fixing multiple problems, but this is our foot in the door, right? Now, if it's not a WordPress site, if it's like HTML or built on Wix or something else, then we're going to charge $500, and you can charge whatever you want, but you know your hard cost. That's how you can always guarantee that you'll make profit, is because you know what the hard cost is, okay? Now, you can always outsource this to a VA if you want, but we just want to give you guys a safety net to always feel comfortable and confident, you know, knowing the work will get done as you start to get more experience with virtual assistants. Now, the next thing is press release marketing. Now, with press releases, you know, this is huge. I'll dive into the why and the need for this a little bit later, but we're going to charge you guys for as low as $65. We will write the press release. We will distribute the press release. We'll give you an entire report that you give to your client. Basically, you can charge whatever you want. You can charge $300 to $500, but you know you get massive value for only $65. That's crazy. So massive recurring there. Most of our clients, we want to try to do at least 1 to 3 press releases per month. That's going to be a huge bang for their buck, especially depending on the industry. You know, if they're a real estate agent, or maybe it's like an event company or something that they want to continuously announce stuff, press releases are gold, okay? Now, then we dive into social media management. You know, it's very important that businesses, I don't care what business it is, that they're posting each day on social media, right? There's like, I forget the exact number. I think there's like 3.3 billion people that log into social media every month, right? That is a massive amount of people. So we need to make sure that your business is creating that presence out on social media. They're posting content, they're engaging with people. So what we would suggest is you charge about $500 to $1,500. We will simply charge you $250 up to $500. That the $500 is if you want us to reply to messages and reviews, you know, things that take a little bit more work, right? And then finally is online advertising. This is through like Google ads or Facebook ads. Typically, we're going to suggest that you offer $500 setup and $500 per month, and we will charge you $250 setup and $250 per month. Now, basically, if you guys have any questions about this, feel free to ask in the chat box. But really, I haven't never seen this anywhere, right? I haven't seen somebody join a program and then have the opportunity to not even have to be the marketing expert. So if you know nothing about marketing, you don't want to deal with that headache of trying to research how to do all this stuff, you can simply outsource it to us, or we teach you how to outsource it to a VA. So I'm not going to, you know, talk about this forever. So let's go ahead and I'll walk through the rest of the training. So this is week 1, talking about how to find the best niche, you know, what clients are different, right? There's a major difference between a personal trainer and a personal training gym, right? Personal training gym is going to have way more money to spend than a personal trainer. Okay, so try to understand that difference. High value versus low value clients. Then we got marketing and branding, you know, teaching you guys how to set up your website, hosting, you know, what copy to use for your website. We give you different themes to use. Then we dive into week number 2. This is how to hire virtual assistants, you know, how to, you know, audit a business. And we really teach you how to be an expert at these audits. And I'll give you an example here. I think that's going to be in Strike. So give me 1 second. Actually, it's in the next week. So give me 1 second. I'll show you this. So we give you email templates, and I'll give you a little preview of this. So you guys can see that, you know, we're really giving you everything you need. You got all kinds of email templates. You got social media templates. You got an entire email sequence. You got cold calling scripts, literally everything you need. You got a quick start guide on how to make contact, one of the things I like to do is after I make first contact and they're thinking about it, I'll come by with some donuts and be like, hey, everybody loves donuts. Let's sit down for 15 minutes and talk about what I can do for your marketing, okay? And so the next thing is then we dive into, how to price yourself, client questionnaires, how to be the most effective sales professional, contract agreements, invoice templates. Now, this is a really cool one. Now, I'm not saying that you guys have to do this one, but I really did this because if you guys want to take this to like the complete max and be like the ultimate agency, we're going to teach you how to do that. And so, what we do in this one with this example client is it's a peak potential family chiropractic here in like the Woodlands, Texas. And basically I look at their Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, Google+, YouTube, Pinterest, LinkedIn, and I audit everything. I go through the pros and cons, how often they're posting, the things that I like, the things that I don't like. I go through all the different social media profiles. I go through their website. I go through how they're monetizing stuff, different issues that I see on their Google My Business profiles, different suggestions that I would offer for that. And then as I start picking apart every single piece of their business online, then we dive into the actual proposal that I gave to them. And so as you can see here, $1,000 for ads, social media management, and then PR marketing. So the other thing I want to show you guys is obviously there's tons of walkthroughs, training on everything, okay? And like I said, there's training that is coming out all the time. We even give you guys and go as far as teaching you guys how to hire a qualified and awesome photographer to use for your clients. So you just simply go over to like Google Street View, and then we teach you different photos that you should suggest that your client gets. That way we can really ramp up their website, their social profiles, their Google My Business profiles. So you kind of see all the trainings there. There's nothing missing, okay? Then what we do is we give you all the tools that you need. So if I want to scrape leads and I want to go find clients to start to work with, then simply I come over here, I type in the industry that I want to work with. Now let's say I want to do real estate, and then I target people in, we'll do, Lakewood, Texas, and I click submit. And then within 30 minutes, I'll have hundreds of different real estate agents in Lakewood, Texas, their phone numbers, their email addresses, all their contact info, their website, and that gives me a starting point. Instead of spending hours on Google trying to find clients to work with, you can just do it right here and it's automated. So a much easier option. Now, if you want to see a little preview of that, I'll show you what that looks like. Let me download one of these reports. I'll go into hero analysis, walk through that a little bit. I'll walk through each one of these tools. Then we'll start to talk about the actual group and how powerful that is, okay? So give me 1 second as this is opening up. There we go. All right, so simply ran a report on, what is this, chiropractors, and how many businesses we got. We got, the name of the business, we got the street address, we got where they are located, their phone number, their website. Let's keep going here. So how many businesses we got? So there's 193 chiropractors just in this location alone. Do you guys think that's a lot of clients that you can make contact with? The whole point of this program, guys, is we're not trying to tell you to sell 193 people. What we're saying is land one client. One client pays off the program, and if you follow the program and the stuff that we're teaching, we get that person on recurring, and now you're making probably more profit than you might have made in your total internet marketing career. Go ahead and give me an estimate, guys. How many of you guys have made maybe $10,000 so far online? Just go ahead and give me a yes if you guys have made a $10,000, getting past that so far online. If you haven't, just give me a no. Nobody's going to see this. So I'm a humble guy. I'm not going to call you out on here, but I just want to get a good gauge. How many of you guys have generated at least $10,000 in the amount of time that you guys have been spending in your internet marketing efforts? This is going to give me a lot of feedback on, really what we're working with here. So if you made $10,000, boom, what we're going to do is we're going to try to make you $100,000. So go ahead and let me know inside the chat box, and I'll keep continuing here. So let's go back. And now that we have our way that we're going to be able to generate leads and businesses very, very easily, then what we have is hero analysis. Now, hero analysis is pretty awesome. What we can do is, and you guys have this tool most likely, it's going to be way easier to approach a business and simply say, listen, you got a D, let's move you up a letter grade or two, and let's try to fill the areas that you need to improve. If you don't have a Facebook retargeting pixel, let's set that up. Let's go get a customer testimonial, of somebody talking about how amazing your business is, and then start retargeting the people that come to your website. And now they go to your website, they leave, and it's like they're seeing ads talking about why this is the best business in town and they shouldn't go anywhere else, right? Then we look at SSL and Google My Business and so many other things. H1, H2, H3 headers, robot.txt. Look, this person doesn't have a sitemap. That's very, very important. So we should definitely set that up for this client. Let's see, alt text. They could definitely dial that in. Well, this goes on. They got a ton of CSS to work with. They don't have micro data schema. You don't even need to know what the heck that is, but you see a giant X there, and that tells us that's something that we need to fix. It looks like they have a few different things that will slow down their website. So very little stuff that we can go and easily fix. If I was going to charge a client maybe $200-300, if I hired a VA to do this, it might cost me maybe $50 to implement all of this. So everybody following along so far, do you have any questions about how these quick wins work, how the training works? And what I'll do is, hero scheduling, pretty simple. All you simply do is you go over here, you set up the schedule that you want to have for yourself. This integrates with Google Calendar, and I will open up an example of what that looks like. Let me close out some of these tabs here. All right, there we go. So I could grab this link, and let's say I want to go build a funnel and run Facebook ads for my business, right? So I could go over to Funnel Space. This is one of the tools that are provided in the program. That way you don't have to go spend $97 per month on, another software that builds funnels. You guys have everything you need. You got your funnel builder, you got your social media management tools, you got the training, you got your tools to help automate your sales process. So if I want to create a funnel that's collecting info to generate reports and audit somebody's business, I want you guys to set a timer, okay? I'm going to set a timer for myself. Let's see how fast it takes for me to generate a funnel for myself to run a report. All right, so timer is set. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to collect info. I can choose from a bunch of different templates here, but I'm going to use this template here to collect info and run a report for somebody's website. So I can run Facebook ads or just post this on my social media pages. So I'll call this hero demo for now. Next, then I'll choose the marketing list. So when people opt in, what email list will this go to? So it's going to go to my Aweber marketing list. Next, all right, my funnel's done. That is 30 seconds. So if I open this up, what we're going to see is the funnel's made. Now I can customize this with my logo and some copy, basic stuff, but you can see that was very quick, right? Now if I go over here and I opt in, let's say I see the ad, or I go to Encore's Facebook page and I see a post about figuring out how to audit my website. I come over to this page, I enter my website in, maybe I do boltfitness.com, register. Now what you'll see is all of that info that was just opted in will then automatically be sent to my cell phone, and then I can call this person up and say, hey, it looks like you just ran a report on your website. Let me walk through what exactly you're looking at and how we can actually work together and fix this stuff. So that person that runs this report is simply going to be able to audit their own website directly from here. This integrates with Hero Analysis. So pretty cool. So if you guys have Hero Analysis, way easier to now have a funnel and then be able to send this to clients or an ads on this. 10 times easier, right? So as this is generating, what I'll also do is I'll show you how easy it is to actually customize. So we'll go over to Review Funnel. We'll go to the thank you page. And do you remember this hero scheduling that I set up? What I can do is I can go to Edit. Now, what I'm going to show you here is I want to add an option to book a call. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to clone this button. I'm going to make this red. Pretty simple. Apply. What I'm going to do is I'm going to say, I'm going to have this say, let's see here, say book call now. And I'm going to grab the link for Hero Analysis. I'm sorry, Hero Scheduling. Copy, paste, apply. Now, I don't like that it says now twice, right? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to just put here. So this will say here, apply. All right, now I'm going to save this. We'll go over to a preview. I go over to the preview page, and here's what this would look like. Okay, so somebody opts in with their website. They land on this page. They can simply press this button and book a call with me. How many people think that's pretty dang simple? Go ahead and give me a 1 if you guys think that was pretty dang simple. It didn't take me, 2 hours to build this funnel that I can use to generate these reports and send this to clients. So go ahead and let me know inside the chat box if you guys think that's pretty cool. So we will go back and jump back over here. So you guys see how easy funnel space is, right? You see how simple using hero leads, hero analysis, all those other tools. Now, what about Impress Release? If you guys join the program today or during the period that you can join, which isn't going to be very long, you're going to get a free press release. Now, our press release network, we typically sell press releases for about $800. And the reason is because we have some of the largest link building and SEO tools out there. And so not only do you get a press release that goes out to over 350 very large news networks like Fox News, CNN, and so many more, but what we also do is we write the press release for you. A lot of these other guys don't offer that, or they give you some software that kind of writes the press release in a very non-personal way. And so we actually have a writer on staff that writes these press releases for you at no extra cost. So we have a huge distribution. We write the press releases. And then on top of that, our press releases last about 3 to 4 times as long as the other guys. So if you go to like PR Web or one of these other services, after 30 days, when you run that press release and you look them up, it's going to say, sorry, this content is no longer available. Or our press releases will last. We've seen it last from 90 days all the way up to 180 days. That's a long time compared to 30 days, right? Then on top of that, because we have those expert level SEO tools and we've had such great results with that, once we run that press release, we will also build 1,000 backlinks on top of that press release to help it rank even more. So you're going to get all of those services combined in one. All right. So, and then you get custom newsrooms for your clients. So I'm actually working on setting up a press release for a client right now. I have to finish it after this webinar. But basically, if I was going to order a new press release, this is how simple it is. You would just come over here. You would add the organization. This is going to be for my client, Hippie Fertilizing. I would simply say what this press release was going to be about. I'll show you the one that's going to be about. So basically, I had him go and get a customer testimonial for one of his clients, right? That's gold. When I get these people to get customers talking about how great their business is, makes marketing 10 times easier. So what we did, if you guys want a really great tip, how many guys want to see a really great tip? If you don't, tell me in the chat box. Give me a 1 if you guys want to see this. If not, I won't tell you, and I'll just kind of show you how press releases work. But I see some 1s coming in. All right, do it. All right, great. I want to see you guys actually interact inside this webinar. Otherwise, I'm not going to just give you tons of free info, right? But the more interaction I get, the more info I'm willing to give you guys. So this is info that these little tips have already brought in about $3,000 this month for this client without any advertising. So he didn't do anything extra. All he did was he got some customer testimonials, started sharing them on social media. Then what we did, because I see some 1s coming in, that's great, was he ended up writing a blog article that kind of summed up what he did for his client. So down here, you can see that he's got a pretty cool video that he embedded with this. And simply, he's now got a video he shared on social media. Then we took that video, created, some simple little blog article at it. Then we're going to run a press release on it. And then we're going to turn that into a Google My Business post. And then each time we create one of those pieces of content, it's more content to share off of one small little golden nugget. Does that make sense? That's blowing your mind. It's pretty awesome, right? So what I'm going to be doing is actually writing a press release for him. Now, all I'm going to do is spend about 2 to 3 minutes, just fill out some info of what this press release is going to be about. I'll submit it off to our writer. Our writer will write it. It will come back to me. I'll approve it. Once it's approved, what's going to happen is get a giant distribution report. It will have the story, all the ranking keyword variations that this showed up in Google for on the first page. And then it will also have all of the links that was placed on. So when I deliver this to the client, I'm like, man, look at all the places you're ranking on Google for on page 1. And look at all of these major news networks that you were placed on. And then you know what's even better? is when he can use those news logos on his website and have as seen. So those are, trust signals, being able to really position yourself as more of an authority in this local space. So we will go back. So you guys have seen how simple Impress Release is. For $65, that's like the best deal we could ever give you. We basically make no profit on that. And so then you're also going to get Real Specific. Now, how many of you guys have heard of Real Specific? Go ahead and give me a 1 if you guys have heard of this before. Let me go ahead and send over. Like I said, guys, I want to see some 1s. Come on, let's go. Let's give me some 1s here. So I'll send you over this link as well. All right, so if you haven't seen it, give me a 2. That's totally fine. Now, basically what we did, Justin and myself, let me log into a different account. This isn't my main account. So what Justin and myself have done is we created something called Bullet Viral Traffic. And Bullet Viral Traffic was one of the first tools out there to curate viral content. It was a plugin, had huge success with it. Then about a year, 2 years later, we created a SaaS off of it. It was called Trending Traffic. We had an explosion of very happy customers. It was like one of the most successful content curation products. And so on JVZoo. And so what we ended up doing was we then took a step back and we said, okay, what would make the best social media platform out there when it comes to syndicating content, just doing everything out there? So I spent 6 months looking at BuzzSumo, Sprout Social, Hootsuite, all of these other tools. I spent 6 months creating a 60-page document breaking down every single little thing that would make this the best possible platform that it could ever be. And then I sent it off to our dev team and I said, okay, what is possible? How can we cram all of those awesome features into one platform, but also make it so simple that grandma can use it, right? Because if it's too technical, if it looks like Hootsuite, nobody's going to want to use it, right? So that's how we came up with Real Specific. We hired a Fortune 500 designer. We created the UI that you see here. And so now, basically, if I want to create affiliate websites, if I want to, syndicate content for clients, I want to create unique content, I can do all of that right here. So basically, I can go and I can grab any feed around the web, any YouTube URL, any Facebook URL, any RSS feed. I can simply add it into the data sources section, and then any content that is posted through that feed will instantly get added to this database that I can then use across my social profiles or my website. So pretty cool stuff. Now what I can do is I can then say, all right, I have a chiropractor and here's these top 10 chiropractor websites, right? Then I can come over here and I can say, all right, this is going to be the topic for chiropractors. Now all of that chiropractor content will show up inside of that topic here. And then when I go over to the Discovery tab and I click on that topic, I'll be able to find all the content specific to that category. Does that make sense? So then what I can do, let me go and I'll go to marketing. I'll go to marketing and I'll show you an example of this. So we'll go to marketing and let's take a look at this real quick. All right, so do you guys see all the articles here? How cool is this? So we got Moz, firstwebdesigner.com, niche hacks, so many more. So if I want to curate this content and put it on my website, or if I want to just post the link to my social media pages, I can do both. So if I want to just simply share this, all I got to do is press share. I click the page that I want to share this to, add some info, click post or schedule, and I'm done. It is that easy. Now, what I can also do is I can click post and I can then curate this content. So do you guys see this right now? So this entire article here that you guys can see is all because we're giving credit to the source. We're able to curate this and then syndicate it out to our social media sites, as you see over here. And we're also able to send this out to our own website. So pretty cool stuff. Now this is all included inside of the Be a Hero package. Now what gets even better is, let's say I'm going to create unique content for my client. Let's say I am a personal trainer. So let's do, top 10. Let's see, top 10 exercises. We'll do number 1. We'll do squat. Okay. Now what I can do is, how many SEOs are in here, right? Let's give this an H1, right? Come down here, go to post curation. Now, if you write unique content, we don't suggest it, but if you do, and that's just something that you like to do in your downtime, What we wanted to do is we wanted to make it even easier for you as well. So instead of having to go to 10 different places to go and find content for this article, you can do that right here. So if I type in squat and I click search, what I can do is I can find an article like this. Let's see, 45-minute whatever, find one around squats. So we take this, drag and drop, and can you guys see this here? Look at this. This whole article was just basically dropped directly inside of this post. Now, I'm not going to do that. What I'm going to do is I'm going to make a completely unique article, something that I'm writing myself. So what I could do is I could come over here and I can grab some great images that I can actually use for my business without getting hit with any kind of, legal ramifications. These are all free to use. So I could drop this post in here and I could say, hey, in places like America, we're sitting in chairs all day, our hips get blocked up. It's not good. We need to start, working on those better hip positions and squat positions. I come over here, I grab a GIF. I can say, hey, work on some of these jump plyo squats. These things are awesome, help burn a lot of calories, all kinds of cool stuff, right? Let me drop that in there. And so then I can also grab and drag and drop a video in here. And so I could find a video like this here, like the single best squat tip I've ever used. Then I simply grab this video, drag and drop. It makes creating articles 10 times easier. I don't have to go to a bunch of different places. It's all done right here. All right, so how many people think that's pretty cool? Just give me a 1 if you guys think that's pretty cool. Now, it gets even better. If you have these articles that are going out across all these social sites, across your websites, let's say people start commenting on these articles. Let's say you have clients that you're syndicating this content, you're creating content, and their audience starts commenting on these articles on their social pages, then you're going to be able to see that right from here, and you're going to be able to comment back and engage directly from this dashboard. How cool is that? That's awesome. So instead of having to go to like 15 different places to manage all of those social profiles, you can do that directly from here. All right. Now it gets even cooler. What you're going to be able to do is you're going to be able to also track all of the analytics that you need to track. You're going to be able to see where in the world they're coming from. You're going to be able to see what your web traffic is looking like. As you can see here, I got 12,000 visitors. In the last 7 days, I got 12,000 visitors just from the United States alone. And so let's see here. We got huge traffic coming in. What is this one? This is like a little viral blog that I got. I can see what type of web traffic, my Twitter engagement, my Facebook engagement. All right. This thing is a powerhouse. I could go on forever about this. There's a ton of training on this, but I won't go on forever about it. So let me go ahead and jump back over to Be a Hero real quick. And then we'll jump into, a little bit more specifics as far as clients. Does anybody have any questions about the training or the software so far before I get started on the next part? I want to make sure we're all up to speed. Like I said, this webinar is directly for you guys, much more of a Q&A off the cuff. So, you guys are here. You can ask anything you want. All right. So feel free to ask any questions that you guys have inside of the chat box in regards to the training or the software before I jump into the next section. All right. Do you have any questions about the special offer that we have that is going to be ending within, I think, a day or so? So you definitely want to jump on board while you can. Go ahead and let me know inside of the chat box before I jump into the next section. Just give me a 1 if you're ready for me to jump into the next part. Give me a 2 if Stefan said, I think I just blew a couple of fuses. That is so awesome. That's great, Stefan. Hopefully you guys are seeing how, typically there's a couple problems that we see with a lot of programs. Either you just get training, you just get software, or you just get a Facebook group, right? We're trying to give you everything you need. Truly, from the bottom of our heart, we're trying to give you everything you need. So you got all the software you could ever need. We are not going to try to tell you that you need something else. You have everything you need. Avoid shiny objects. Just start building your agency with what we gave you. Okay, if you need something more advanced, you need to go buy an expensive ClickFunnels account, that's cool. All right, we're not going to tell you don't do that. What we're going to tell you is stay focused. If your client doesn't need an expensive ClickFunnels account and you can perfectly use SmartFunnels, then that's what we're going to say stick to, because it's going to help your ROI at the end of the day, and it's also going to help you avoid shiny objects and just getting you revenue coming into your business. Okay, so it looks like we are all clear as far as questions on the training and the software. So what we'll do is let's go ahead and find an example client. Do me a favor, guys. Go ahead and comment inside the chat box and give me an industry that you would like to target. I'm going to choose one, and we'll go find a client. We'll audit their business a little bit, and I'll show you guys how I would sell that example client. So go ahead and comment in the chat box. I think this is pretty cool because, you guys can tell me, and if you want to get even more advanced, then tell me, what area do you live in? Then basically, so auto repair, what else? So I can do auto repair. Go ahead and give me some other ones. And tell me where you live as well. And then maybe I can give you all of the info you need to go and sell that client immediately. So give me the specific place if you can. Okay, I do. I see it. Okay. So let's choose. I'm going to choose this one. This one looks pretty cool. I haven't ever done one in Hawaii, so I'm very interested to see what types of websites you guys have in Hawaii. All right. So let's see here. All right. So, and if I didn't pick yours, no worry. We can always do this inside of the live group, inside the Facebook group once you join. But, for this example, let's go in and find one. So roofer in, I don't even know how to pronounce that. Justin, that's probably all you. And then Hawaii, let's see. So we got Yama's Roofing and Gutters. Let's check this out. Ranking on the first page. So how many people, let me duplicate this real quick. How many people know what this is right here? You guys can see this, right? So how many people know what this is? Shout it out if you know what it is. I'm sure you've seen it, but if you know the name, that'd make it even easier. So this is like exactly the 3-pack or the snack pack or, one of those little terms that people use. So this is like super, super important. So one of the cool things is we're going to be showing you different strategies to get your clients' websites to rank way easier inside of this 3-pack. So everything that we're showing you has a true reason. We're not a one-trick pony. I'm not going to say it's just this easy. You build a video and you rank it on Google and then you rent this out for $1,000 a month, right? That's a one-trick pony. I mean, it's cool if it brings revenue, awesome. But what happens if a client's not interested? Well, we want to be able to shift to another area. We want to find another problem that we can sell them on, because at the end of the day, you are the answer they've been looking for, okay? So let's go ahead and jump over to this website here. So the first thing that I would always do, because doing the hero analysis is going to give me a way more in-depth report on their website than I could possibly do, but I'm gonna show you some of the basics as this is generating. So we'll go ahead and we will grab this website. The website's not the sexiest of all websites, but I guess it will do, right? So this will take about 5 to 15 minutes to come up. So as that's generating, so the first thing I would notice, I would take a look at is this a WordPress site? CMS. And basically, if it's a WordPress site, that's going to give us way more flexibility. Then, all right, so it is Adobe Dreamweaver. So it's not WordPress, okay? Another thing that we would take a look at is how many people here have heard of GT metrics? Go and let me know inside the chat box. Just give me a 1. Ho. Okay, cool. All right, so you guys haven't heard of GT metrics, some people. So I would write this down. What I would do is I would simply grab this website here and I would drop it over in GT metrics. And this is going to give me a little bit more advanced analysis. I almost said it a little weird. Analysis into the website speed. They have a really, really good speed test on here. So as this is loading, what I would see is, do they have somebody that's managing their website currently? Because I don't want to have to build a website. That's the last thing I want. So if they have somebody that's currently in charge of running their website, what's the best scenario is, basically bringing me on as part of their staff and then simply telling them, hey, we need to add some social buttons on here. There's no social media buttons. How many people have noticed that, right? There's no social media buttons at all. There's also no special offer. There's nothing really that's incentivizing me to take action, right? Like I land on this, I'm like, okay, I see some gutters, I see a roof. That's about it. But there's nothing that says, hey, if I call you right now, I'll be able to get some sort of special incentive, right? So that would be huge to get phone calls. So let's go take a look at their website here. Dude, their website is loading really fast. That's one of the fastest speeds I've ever seen. So that is an awesome website speed test. But I would say it's probably because it's a pretty light site. They don't have much. So let's take a look at their About Us. Yeah, once again, I don't really see, like, instead of having a roof right here, what would have been so much better is a photo of the owners. Having a photo of them, with their staff members, it gives me this warm, fuzzy feeling, right? And so really, really just small areas that we can just really give them a better impact on their website. Now, we can also see here, how many people have heard of Facebook Pixel Helper? I'll drop this over to you guys. Copy, paste, send to all. All right, so Facebook Pixel Helper, it tells me they have no website pixel. So that is huge. If they have no retargeting pixel, it means they have no advertising strategy in place. All right, and then we can also take a look at, they're not currently running any sort of Google ads, or if they are, they're not doing any Google retargeting because they have Google Analytics, but they don't have a Google remarketing tag. You'll learn all of this stuff inside the course, okay? But just to kind of give you guys the insight as far as, the real value that we're bringing, right? We're finding all these little problems and we're telling you, here's the simple solution. This is why you're going to get paid to do this work, okay? So let's go ahead, and the next thing I want to do is I want to look them up and take a look at their Google My Business. How many people, just give me a 1 if you know what Google My Business is. Give me a 2 if you're like, what the heck is Google My Business? All right, and it's totally fine if you don't know what it is. All right, so I see a lot of 1s. Okay, great. All right, so what does this Google My Business profile say to you? To me, it does not look like somebody I want to spend my money with, right? They have a 2.3 out of 5 stars. That's not good. They have no hours of operation. They have no description as far as what they do or why they're better than their competition. And this photo here, like, what is this? This is this is just the standard photo. They have no photography for their business at all, right? So if I was going to be looking at this Google My Business profile, I would like to see that they're utilizing all the features of Google My Business, because we want to make sure that whether it's their Google My Business profile, their social profile, the website, we want to make sure that they are really putting their best foot forward. They are creating their brand story. Now, what is their brand story? It's basically, what encompasses their true value. What makes them different from their competition. Photography and the right copy or writing that you use in your posts can really change the way that their customers or their audience is going to see them as a whole. And by doing, I know this sounds, it's not stuff that you can exactly implement necessarily, some of this stuff, right? Understanding their brand story, but by dialing that in, man, that is the thing that really takes a boring business that gets left in the dust behind all their competition and really brings them to the forefront, really brings an audience that's engaging and likes to talk about this business. Does everybody following along with this stuff? None of this is advanced. This is all simple stuff. I'm sure you have a lot of questions about, fulfillment and, how to more advanced strategies on how to sell this client. Like I said, we have training for all of that, but hopefully you feel like you're starting to understand the basic concept here that we're finding holes in their business, right? So let's go and we will see if they have some social profiles. Because at the end of the day, they might not even have any social pages. So let's go back and let's see here. So it looks like they do maybe have a Facebook page. Let's check this out. Yikes. Guys, does that look like a photo that is really giving them the best representation of their business? No. I'll answer it for you. No, that photo is really dark. It doesn't really shout a professional company to me. It looks like, Tony, like an Uncle Tony that's like got a side business that's like running this thing out of his garage or something. This is a terrible photo. And so, listen, like I said, they're probably an awesome roofer, but they're not a great marketer. Does that make sense? So that's why we're, coming into play here. All right. So, let's take a look. Are they responding to reviews? So look at this, guys. They got a 1 on their page here, and they're not even responding to these reviews. I look at this and I'm like, are they even in business anymore? If they're not responding to people and their last review was in 2017, it makes me think they're not even in business anymore, right? So let's go and take a look at this. So it looks like their last post, they updated their address on July 4th. So it tells me they still are in business, but man, they're not posting anything, right? So once again, guys, I'm not going to rant about this stuff forever, but this is the type of value that we bring to you in the course, right? We're positioning you as a marketing expert. We're going to show you how to find all these holes and have these quick win solutions to always be able to plug and play. Does that make sense? Anybody have any questions so far, right? Before I kind of jump into the final section here. Let me go ahead and drop this link for you guys. All right, here's what I want to ask you guys. Of all the people, there's a ton of people still watching this. Stefan, Roger, Marat, Keith, James. Let's see, Gregory, George, Francis, Emmanuel, Dion. Out of all of you guys, I'm a humble guy. Just tell me the truth. Are you guys interested in joining the program? Is this something that you can see yourself doing? Because hopefully you understand it's not complicated stuff. I'm not a techie, all right, at all. Justin is the techie. I just understand basic psychology. I understand, what a skeptical customer is looking for and how to position that as a business owner. That's it. That's all we're doing here. We're just making sure that they're bringing their best their best image forward. So it looks like we got some ones coming in. Okay, great. So really, and if there's something that Gregory, so here's the link. You'll be able to find this over here. So if you go over to this link, send to all. Hey, Stefan, like I said, literally this is going to be the last time that we offer done for you packages. I don't want to do it. I don't want to do it. It's a pain in the neck. I hate building websites so much, but we wanted to make sure that if that was what was holding you back, was building a website, we wanted to make sure we offered that to you guys. So if that's what's holding you back is like, I just don't want to focus on building a website and social profiles, we'll do that for you. Just join the 997. We don't want to do that. So by the next time, if you ever see this offer again, you're not going to see it at that price or that offer because we're not going to offer done for you. So right here, you guys will be able to see the packages we're offering. So you guys can get all of the software we just showed, all of the training, all of the Facebook group, and I'll go way more into it. But I want you to understand, really, it's not the software and the training that makes this a valuable offer. It's the opportunity to basically partner with Justin and I. The fact that you guys have an expert level 7-figure marketing agency that you guys can outsource to and ask questions when you need help, right? That's one of the hardest things is when you join a program and you start contacting support or you land a client and you're like left with these questions that aren't being answered, right? That's the most frustrating thing. And so that is where you guys are going to get the most value. All right. So you guys can get started for as low as $497, and that's one time. That includes all the software, all the training, direct access to us, and that's one time. You only pay it once. And like I said, we're not going to be offering it for $497 anymore. So this is the last time that we're going to offer it for $497. And I can confidently say that because $497 is way too low. Okay. So if you do join at $497, it's definitely a possibility for you to be able to join at that low price. It looks like, still trying to, okay, cool. I think I just answered that question. All right, cool. So basically this is all the stuff that you're going to get. Now, we kind of just did a mini audit of a business, right? We're selling the 4 services. If they don't have a retargeting pixel, we set that up. We set up a retargeting ad. If they're not posting on social media, if their page looks like crap, let's just be honest, their website look like, or their social page look like crap, we're going to clean that up, right? You just go to canva.com, and then we will create them a better graphic. If they're not posting, we'll use real specific, if, they're not getting phone calls, we can dial in a strategy for that. If they're not building backlinks and they want to build more authority by saying, hey, we've been seen on Fox News and CNN, you can use this tool here. How many people have you heard of SEMrush? So you can also come over to here. You can create a free account. Let's grab their website real quick. And we'll see how many backlinks are they creating. Now, if you don't know what the heck a backlink is, I'll explain it very simply to you here in a second. But really, the idea here with PR is the number one thing is they can position themselves as an authority, right? Number 2 is the fact that it's more content that they can distribute, right? They get to share that on their social profiles. They can create a blog post, a Google My Business post out of it. Let's close this. Look, they have 0 backlinks, guys. Now, here's the question. You don't know what a backlink is? That's okay. The question is, why are backlinks important? Why are they important, right? So all you need to do, anytime you are wondering about this stuff, type into Google, SEO pie chart 2017, last year. As of 2017, if you're going to dial in somebody's SEO, the first thing that we're going to do, and I want you guys to notice how we're literally hitting all of these chunks here. So the first one you'll see is Google My Business, right? 19%. That's huge. I already talked about that. Behavior and mobile signals. That's going to be incorporated with, the hero analysis report, dialing in that. Social media, we already talked about that. Then we got the hugest chunk on here. Can you see that right there? 29%. That's huge. Well, here's the question. How do you build backlinks, right? So there's a couple options. You can create things like social bookmarks. You go over to Fiverr, you pay $5 and you get a bunch of backlinks. All right, here's the problem. Those backlinks are probably going to get your website penalized. And so that, blood, sweat, and tear business that your client is building is now going to potentially be penalized by Google and tank their website. So highly suggest you don't do that. Or the other alternative is you start doing guest posting, or you start reaching out to other like-minded businesses manually, which takes forever and get denied a ton. Or you can try to build things like PBN links, which can be black hat sometimes, or can also, cost a lot of money if they're a true PBN link. Or you have press releases, which you're getting for $65, great hundreds of backlinks, and they're completely white hat. They're not going to put your client at risk. So that's why it's the best of both worlds. Is it's safe, but it's also high impact, and they get to brag about themselves, right? Hey, look, I just got seen on these famous websites, right? So some cool stuff there. Now let's go ahead and. So it looks like we have a few people that are going to be joining this program today. I'm really excited that you guys are joining it because, like I said, we're always creating more training for you guys. So as I said a little while ago, I just finished this one. I have to do some major editing to it, and then I'll share it in the group. You guys can see I have one here. I posted this one here yesterday. And you guys can see that we're sharing value in here all the time. Justin and I are always going live. Here's a live that Justin did a couple days ago, another live. The other cool thing is that the thing that I want all heroes to do, if you join the hero program, is that you help other heroes out, right? Don't be the guy that is always trying to do it himself, right? Help people out. If somebody is looking for the answer to something and you know the answer, be the guy that helps them out, right? That's the whole point of being a hero, is you help people out. So that is what I highly encourage you to do. Then I did a video the other day all about PR because somebody was asking about how to sell it, even though that's in the training course. But I was like, I'll create another one. No big deal. So that's the kind of value that you guys get. I even did a video about how to do live videos. Okay, so you get tons of value. You're not going to really miss out on training to position yourself as an expert or how to land clients. All right, so the idea is we just need to land one client, just one. You don't even need to be the marketing expert. I just went and ranted about this for an hour. My point is just go find somebody that doesn't have SSL, hire a VA to set it up, download the plugin, simple SSL, take 5 minutes and set it up for your client. You just bank some money and then sell one of the other services we offer, which is website performance optimization, PR, advertising, social media management, and then get them on recurring, paying you month after month. You don't need to land 10 clients to then start making an extra $10,000, $20,000 per year. I don't know any other system, whether it's affiliate marketing or e-commerce, that can get you that type of revenue that fast. Local marketing is the way. The problem is most people don't do local marketing because they stick to hard projects like building websites, or they get stuck without a dedicated path, a system to follow on how to reach out, how to close, how to feel confident about fulfillment, and the right systems to put in place. That way they don't become a slave to their business. It's great if you bring in an extra $20,000 to your business, but not at the cost of having to work 40 hours a week for $20,000 a year, right? We don't want that to happen. So the goal is if you manage like 5 clients and they're paying you $1,000 a month, ideally it may only take you 5 hours, 4 hours a week. That's not much. And so this is a very scalable system. If you want to build a business that brings in a lot of revenue, you ethically feel good about helping a business. We're not trying to sell them on something they don't need, like most of these agencies selling SEO services, where they kind of like rank their website, will pay them to, it's called rank and rent. And then the second they stop paying, they basically take that website that was sending traffic to them away and then sell it to someone else. We're not doing any of these scammy, sleazy tactics. We're truly helping people. And when you do that, what's going to happen is this business owner is going to see you as a critical part of their team without obviously, having to pay all the extra fees of having an employee, right? That's the other cool thing is for the business owner is they don't have to pay all those extra fees and extra taxes as far as hiring you as an employee. So they end up saving money just in that alone. So how many people, what I'll do is I'll hang out here. I can go on forever about this stuff and keep teaching you guys stuff. How many people are liking the training so far? Just give me some feedback here, because that's going to determine if I'm going to continue this. Otherwise, you guys know the link to go and purchase. If you guys are just sitting here and you're just recording the webinar and not interacting, you've seen the training, you've seen the offer, you've seen the value. But yeah, great stuff. Somebody says so. Awesome. So really, what I want to see is how many people are actually viewing this and interacting right now. So that's going to determine if I'm going to show you some more value here. So if I see you guys are actually here engaging, I'm happy to continue giving you more training. If not, then no worries. You guys know the offer. You have the webinars. You see the value. You see how scalable and easy the system is. It's easy within, certain portions, right? It's easier than, e-commerce and affiliate marketing, in my opinion, as far as how much money you can make. That's why I went this route initially, because it created a foundation of revenue to come in my business so I can start working on affiliate marketing and e-commerce. Keep going, Shane. Roger says, I'm live here enjoying your presentation. James says, still interested. Fanta says, okay. So I'll show you guys a couple more things. All right, so another thing that we're doing, let me give you a little sneak peek on something so we're taking this to some crazy heights. Like, we're actually going to be changing the name of the Be a Hero program to the Be a Hero Partner Program. Why? Because this is much, a program is something that you build and you just sell it, right? And what you see is what you get. But that's not the case with us. What we want to do is we just want to keep stacking more training, just creating more success stories, and just keep building this up for years to come. Like, I have goals to start selling this on stage for a much larger price point. I have goals to really scale up these people's businesses to a 6 or 7 figure mark. That's my goal. Your goal should be join the program and land one client, pay off the course, and start bringing in some revenue, right? So let me show you guys something that I'm doing that I don't see any other person doing that's selling anything close to what we're offering here. So what we're doing is we have a team member that just got onboarded. We're not going to tell you who it is, but he just got onboarded onto our team to help with fulfillment. Now, this guy wrote the marketing curriculum for Harvard University. He travels the country teaching marketing, and he specializes in social media management and advertising. And so as you guys sell clients and you send that fulfillment to us to do the work, he's going to be in charge of that. You're going to have a guy that is an expert at specializing in those tasks. And so what I did to make this like at the next level for you guys is I said, all right, I want to have something that is so specific about every single thing that you do. I'm going to give you 2 clients. All right. And I want you to completely give this person like the extreme business makeover. All right. Like extreme makeover. And I want you to document everything step by step. So if you freaking sneeze, I want you to document it. All right. And so right now, as of yesterday, he just got started with those clients. And he's going to be implementing like a 30 to 90 day strategy, documenting the whole process. This will all be added to the course and you guys will get access to that. Obviously, as that stuff starts getting added, this course is going to get more expensive, right? So But the point of why I say that is I'll show you a little campaign that we're about to work on. So let me pull that up real quick. Give me 1 second. Ugh. All right. All right. So one of the things that we're doing is we just locked in a Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu gym. Okay. So I'll show you an example of this guy's website, or the guy's business, more so. So we'll go over there. Gracie. Any BJJ people, any MMA people, martial artists in the group? Go ahead and give me a 1 if you guys have been known to tussle a little bit. So go ahead and let me know inside the chat box, because you'll like this. Well, if you're a local business owner, you want to make money, you'll love this. But you know, if you're a nerd about MMA and stuff like that, you'll love this equally. So this guy right here, very cool, Francis. Awesome. So this guy right here basically owns, these two guys own about 200 different schools around the world for Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. They're some of the top Jiu-Jitsu guys out there in the world right now. And this guy right here, Marcelo, just won the 2018 World Championships. So the guy's a stud, all right? The other guy on the left, even more studly. This guy's a 5th degree black belt in Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. And yeah, his name's Draculino. So let that sink in. How do you get a name like Draculino? Goodness. So my point of saying this is because, you know, his business is like, because he has such a good brand story to work with, it's an easy client to market, right? So the question is, who is this person's target market, right? Who, if we're going to create an advertising strategy, if we're going to create, you know, some sort of marketing strategy for this guy, we need to determine who is his target audience, right? Who is going to pay him money, right? Well, funny enough, who do you actually, let me ask you guys this question. Who do you think is his target market? Go and let me know in the chat box. If you were going to think about it, like, you know, break down, I know that's not super specific, but if you were going to take a guess, who do you think would be his target market? Go ahead and let me know in the chat box. Be as specific as possible. I'm just interested to see as I throw this at you guys, because we want to talk about some valuable webinar info right now. So go ahead and let me know inside the chat box. I'll wait here for a second, and then I'll show you the exact campaign that we're about to build out for them. So it looks like I got some people stumped. It's okay. It's all right. So basically, the number one clients that he works with are children. About 70% of his audience are children. Why? Because, you know, martial arts creates self-confidence, you know, makes you bully proof, you know, all of that stuff. And so what we're going to do is we're going to create a presence online, a marketing strategy that really dials in and targets, you know, parents that want to see their kids, you know, have more confidence, you know, not have to be scared of bullies and stuff. You know, these are the last kids bullies want to deal with, right? And so that's a pretty cool photo, by the way, right? And so, yeah, we just took that one. How cool is that one? That one's awesome. We want to talk about something that really represents a brand. That is it right there. That looks pretty sweet. And so basically, I'll show you a little video that he released the other day, and just the point of why creating content for the target audience is so important, okay? Can you guys see this here? So basically, he did a little live video, basically just in class. And I don't know if you can see that little girl right there, but she just hit a double leg on this guy, ducked a couple punches. Pretty cool stuff. So it doesn't get much more cooler than that. Like, this is the stuff parents love to see. Like, look at this little boy right here. This is awesome. Watch this. He ducks some punches, hits a double leg. I mean, talk about building some cool confidence here, right? Look at this. Kicks the knee, ducks the punch, bada bing, bada boom, hits the double leg. Cool stuff, right? So my point of saying this, he didn't do any paid ads. He didn't do any sort of paid marketing. He just simply released this video. And look at this, guys. He got 484 engagements. He got a reach of 2,063 people. That's a lot of people. So when you really dial in the audience and the messaging that you're trying to use for your client, man, that right there is going to be so much better than when you're using these cookie cutter programs that are just trying to say, oh, it's just this easy, throw it up and you're good to go, right? There's more to it, obviously. And that's what we're trying to teach you guys, is how to build a real business that can scale to 6 figures or more, right? But you got to bring value. That's the difference. You got to actually bring value to the business owner if they're going to keep paying you. And so we released a couple of videos. We went in, and I won't show you the. It's not going to really look good from your side, so I do apologize. But basically, you guys see this video right here. So this whole video, I literally filmed on my cell phone. Okay, I just walked into the business, did some filming, got some cool shots. I have a DSLR here, so a more expensive camera. But I kind of was on the fly, and I was like, you know what? Let me just go past this gym real quick. Just recorded some cool videos, and think about what this is going to do as far as an ad campaign, right? Or a retargeting campaign for people that visit his website. Simply targeting parents that are interested in having their kids get more confidence, be bully proof, right? Getting fit, all of these different things. Look at this girl hitting a double leg on them, right? This was hilarious when I was filming this. Those 2 little girls right there, they're like, they're like fighting. It was hilarious. It was great. So anyway, my point of saying this, guys, is I think I've given you guys plenty of value here. I've shown you so much. I think this webinar alone was probably worth money. So my point is I could talk to them blue in the face. It's 6:16 here. I'm going to go eat some dinner. If you guys see the value in this program, I highly suggest that you join it, right? You're not going to get just the program. You're not just going to get all the software. You're going to get direct access to us. We're going to work with you on dialing this stuff in and growing this agency. But the key is helping you grow an agency that you're not a slave to. Because, a lot of programs will teach you how to build that agency, but you end up, working, way more than you want to work. And we don't want that. That was Justin's thing is, he was running a business where he was selling, $50,000 to $70,000 web projects, but they were like websites. And, he was having to hire a massive team of people and the back and forth between the clients. He had to actually go into a facility every day. So by sticking to these low-hanging fruit options and staying away from and saying no to the hard stuff, makes our lives easier. It makes outsourcing to virtual assistants easier. And something I can actually add on to this before I go, I was talking to Corey, and if you join the program, you'll see his talk inside of the Be a Hero group, and he was talking about how one of his biggest struggles was feeling okay, feeling confident to be able to outsource to somebody. And I could see the pain in his eyes, talking about how he has control issues, right? He doesn't want to feel like he's going to hand this off to a client or hand a massive client project off to a VA and the VA mess something up and then lose the client. And I simply told him that the real reason that we don't have to be scared like that is because of the fact that we're sticking to easy stuff. If we were building out hard projects that required a lot of overseeing and creativity, then yes, it's much harder to hire a virtual assistant for $3 an hour and feel confident that they're not going to mess something up, right? But since we're sticking to easy stuff that will bring a massive impact for the business owner, it's much easier to outsource and delegate a lot of this work, be able to have revenue coming into the business, and be able to do whatever you guys want. So if you guys want to do more traveling, let me ask you guys a question real quick before I go. I asked this yesterday, but it looks like we do have a lot of new people here. Before I go, tell me, what is the why that you have? Why are you trying to create your business online? Now, I'll tell you for me, while you guys are responding. Like I said, I'm not hard selling you here on this. Just tell me what your why is. Why do you want to create a business online? Why do you want to have some extra revenue? For me, my stepdad was a construction foreman, and every summer I used to have to dig holes. That was my job. And I literally, at like 13, 12 years old, I was literally digging holes all day. Digging holes, bringing out fence posts, chopping at trees out in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. And I remember, as I got older, I was like 19, and I didn't go to college or anything like that. I just saw all these people that were bitter. It's cool that that's what they wanted to do with their lives, but their way of interacting with each other was to complain. Oh, my wife, or my back, and just that's how they would bond, is complaining about how miserable they are. And I was like, I don't want to be that way. I'm a young guy and I have a choice. Do I want to go down this route or go do something I love? And I went into personal training. I ended up doing that for about 10 years. I loved it. I loved what I did, but the problem is that it wasn't scalable, right? If, every hour that I did, it was delegated to a client. And so if I stopped doing my sessions, I stopped making money. And so now what's cool is, because, the whole story about how I've gone through this with Justin, but now that we have this business in place, I still have personal training clients. I actually built my own gym, and now I do personal training sessions out of my own personal gym. I don't have to pay these expensive fees out to somebody else. I take 100% profit, and I can just do it because I like it, not because I have to. So my point of saying that, guys, is whatever your why is, whether it's, you want to be able to, maybe you're doing a trade job right now, you're a plumber, and you want to just do plumbing because you like plumbing, but you don't want to have to do plumbing because that's what pays your bills. This is awesome for you. If you are a college student right now that, wants some extra money, this is also a very easy option for you. Maybe you are somebody that went to college, got this $40,000, $50,000, $60,000 degree, ended up getting a job, not even in that degree, have these massive student loans like most people here in America, and you're just looking for some way to be able to not have to work a miserable job, but also be able to pay off those those student debt loans, right? The student debt loans are, man, it's like the Italian mafia and during the Prohibition era. Those people are sharks, I'll tell you. So, or maybe you're somebody like myself that, was just motivated by just having the flexibility to be able to travel. How many people, just give me a one, if you guys are the type of people have seen that movie, The Wonderful Life of Walter Mitty? How many people have seen that? Give me a one. I'm a big movie buff. I love watching movies. Wonderful, a little off topic, but Wonderful Life of something like that. So, how many people have seen this movie right here? Just give me a one if you've seen it. Give me a two if you're like, Shane, what the heck are you talking about right now? So my point of saying this is, before I ended up going traveling, and my family member, I don't want to say who, but my family member was in a big accident and really messed up our family. That's why we moved to Texas. Before that happened, I basically was like, when Justin was asking me to go on these trips with him, I was like, man, I can't do it. Literally, like financially, I can't do it, and time-wise, I can't do it, right? And I was a young guy, and around the same time that I made the decision to actually go on the trip, this movie came out. So it came out in like 2013, and what was cool about it was actually kind of painful. It was one of those movies that I loved, but it also made me sad a little bit, because I watched it, and it's all about this guy that's like going to a 9-to-5 job every day, and he is so like depressed with his life that whenever he sees something like a fork flying across the room or something, it triggers this daydream to like where he's like a hero and he's like going off on this adventure, right? And he goes off on these daydreams because his life is just so boring. And then what ends up happening is he ends up making this crazy choice to go out. I won't tell you the whole premise of the movie, but to go out and chase down this thing. So he gets this plane ticket and he flies out to, I think it was like Iceland, and chases this guy down to get these photos. And in the process of seeing that movie, it was kind of painful for me, because I felt like Walter Mitty, where I was like, I would watch these YouTube videos of these young kids traveling, jumping off cliffs in Greece and stuff, and I'm like, I want to do that, but I can't. And I think it was strictly due to these mental limitations that I had on myself of, it's too expensive, or, I don't have enough time, or just these limitations that I was always taught, whether it was something I picked up, from the people around me, or, whether it was just the fact that I've never left the US before. But I ended up making that decision. And when I went on that first backpacking trip, as a personal trainer, knowing nothing about marketing or what the heck Justin did, and then meeting all these marketers and seeing what they did, man, I went home like a different person. I had a completely different outlook on life, because I saw the world and the possibilities of what my life could be as something completely different. I was like, these limitations, this bubble that I was living in, is completely different from what is actually possible. And so, like I said, that right there is what really changed my life forever, because the limitations and the bubble and the lens that I saw my life through is completely different. So I'm not going to sit here and rant about my life the whole night. But my point is, guys, is I want you guys to understand, what is your why? That why is going to be your driving factor. For me, is I just I never got a college degree or anything. I got a bunch of certifications, and I went through this like 500-hour program for personal training. I aced out of it. I got the best grades in the class. But the thing was that that always haunted me, that I wasn't going to be able to get this huge corporate job, even though I didn't really want that. And then I went on this trip and I started learning about this stuff like internet marketing, and started selling these services to local businesses, and realized it's much more obtainable than I really thought. But it's only obtainable if you look outside the lens of what's possible and you execute. That is it. As long as you do that, you'll always succeed. Okay? So the same thing goes with fitness. One of the things that personal trainers are told to tell their clients is go, like, especially like people that are really out of shape, right? Is they say, go and find somebody that you would love to look like. Go find the ideal body that you would love to obtain, and then just imprint that in your mind. And then every workout you do, every time you have to wake up when you don't want to wake up, realize that is what you're chasing after, right? And so it gives you this fuel and this purpose to go out there and get things done. And so if I can give you anything, guys, I'm sorry, I just saw some messages in here. My bad, I was ranting a little. So James says, where in Texas? So Houston, Texas is where I live. Roger says, Justin and Shane. Hopefully this is a nice message. Justin and Shane, I hope that we can continue what I asked last night about upgrading the agency level. Yes, we can do that. I want to be sure that I can do that. Yes, you can do it. I can promise you that. I will do that upon my first sale or 30-day period. That's totally cool. Like I said, I do not want to offer that anymore for anybody, just because it's a lot of work for us. So we'll do it if we need to help you out. So whatever comes first. One second, I'm getting through this. I don't want to lose that. No, you're not going to lose it. It's just a very bad time. I won't read that. That sounds more personal. But I understand where you're coming from, Roger. And we'll totally keep that on the table for you. The number one thing, though, is don't join the program and then go watch other webinars and then get caught up in something else. Join the program, work with us to actually help you succeed. That's the only thing we care about. I just had somebody join the program last week that I've asked him like 6 times to get on a phone call, and he won't get on a phone call. Like, I want to help you guys succeed, but you have to want to help yourselves. That is the key. So if you guys are dedicated and want to start growing your agency, that's what I'm best at, is holding you accountable. So is the hero analysis finished yet? So James asked. So yeah, let me show you that real quick. My bad for not coming back to that, James. So it looks like they have 15 major issues, and they got a 69 out of 100. So no meta description, pretty crazy that they don't have that. No Facebook pixel, we already knew that. No Google AdWords, we already knew that. Let's see here, keyword usage. They have no H1 headers. Guys, I didn't even know it was possible to have no H1 headers. All right, very important we get those set up, right? No sitemap, basic level stuff, right? So if this is in your local area, go sell this guy. Go start talking to this guy. You even got a free press release if you join the program, and you go sell him on a press release and tell him how he's not building backlinks, and then he can use that to position himself in an authority in the space. So I actually built this little thing here where it like goes out to a little scheduling thing. Let's see here. Congrats, new member of the Be a Hero family. Awesome, Stefan. I'm so glad to have you in here. I did join earlier today. Roger said, okay, great, Roger. So, Roger, like I said, make sure that you schedule a call with me. Stefan, I'm going to give you my Skype as well. So, send. All right, there you go, guys. So Roger and Stefan, make sure you add me on Skype. That way we can get on a call and we can make sure that we develop a system to land that first client. The only thing I care about initially is let's get you to pay off the program, right? That's already a success, is when you land the client, but you also pay off the program, right? That's a good feeling, is when you are buying things time after time and they don't actually generate you revenue, and then you buy something and it actually hits an ROI. So obviously I see this as something much larger than just hitting an ROI. My goal is to help you scale this to be something much bigger, but you get my point. So let's see here. So James, does that answer your question? Go ahead and let me know. Guys, I'm going to give you 2 minutes. All right, 2 minutes. Ask any question you want. So it's now 6:30. You got till 6:32, and you guys can ask anything you want. All right. Make sure to add me on Skype for the people that joined the program. James says, "Hey James, is that your company, by the way? Did I just audit your company? And if it was, I'm sorry for saying that your website, your social media page looked like crap." But it's just honest truth. So let's see here. So yeah, let me know if that was yours. My bad. At least you got some good feedback, right? All right. So we got 2 minutes, guys. Now we got 1 minute, 60 seconds. Go ahead and let me know. I'm gonna go eat some food. I'm starving. Now my company. I'm in Austin, Texas. Oh, okay, my bad. Do apologize. Hey, Austin, Texas. Very cool. I want to go up to Austin sometime soon. There's another hero, Alex, that's in the program. So Alex is a really, really cool guy. Already locking in clients. Doing pretty well with the program. Excuse me. But yeah, if I come up there, just keep an eye out. You guys can feel free to add me on Facebook if you want. And if I tag myself in Austin, I'm happy to meet up with you guys. Grab a beer or a coffee or whatever you guys want to do. Just chat about the success of your agency, or the start of your agency, or whatever it is. All right, guys. Well, it is. We got another probably 30 seconds. So ask away on anything you need. Hey, James, quick question for you. Are you going to be joining the program today? Our water is not good now, so make your trip in a couple of weeks. Yeah, for sure. Seriously, I heard about that, so I do that's not good. We have a big problem in Vegas with water, as you can imagine, but not polluted water, but just drought. It's the desert. James, are you going to be joining the Be a Hero program? Is this something that you can see yourself doing? Oh, no, James, don't be that way. Come on, man. You know what that is? That's this guy right here. Don't be this guy, guys. Everybody knows this guy. You've probably seen this movie. Squirrel, right? Don't be the dog from Up. Don't be the guy that's like, oh, this is what I'm gonna do, and then change directions, right? The number one goal, James. Sorry to call you out, but the number one goal is, let's figure out not all systems are created equal, right? I don't know if you're trying to build an affiliate business. I was just talking about this with Justin. We don't make a crazy amount of money from affiliate marketing. I mean, we make good money, but it's not crazy. It's way, way, way more money coming into our business from local business than it is from affiliate marketing, okay? E-commerce, I've kind of quit with e-commerce. I give up. It's a pain in the butt. So I'm exploring in order to expand my consulting enterprise. I almost want to see that as saying empire. Love it. That's cool, man. So yeah, definitely. If you feel like this is a good fit for you, I would say this. The cool thing about Be a Hero, right? All the tools that we provide, they can be used for way more than just local marketing. The goal is local marketing. But if you want to dabble on fixing stuff for e-commerce, you can totally do that. All the same rules apply. If you got an affiliate site, an e-com site, same stuff. Building backlinks, making sure it's fast, dialed in for keywords, using real specific for content. You can grab content for literally anything, hence the name. But yeah, some cool stuff there. All right, guys. Well, I hope to see you guys all join the program, right? So my goal here is I want to see every single person on this call join the program. Why? I know I can make you guys succeed with this. As long as you guys execute doing the stuff that we tell you to do, you'll succeed with it. It's a numbers game, and it's about putting yourself out there. So I hope to see you guys put yourself out there, join the program with us, get on a phone call with me. But I want to give you guys a special thank you. Thank you guys so much for staying as long as you have, and consuming the training, and doing what you guys are doing. Most of you guys have already joined the hero analysis tool, so thank you guys for joining that tool and seeing the value in it. Hopefully you can use that to lock in clients as well. And I will talk to you guys soon, okay? So make sure if you joined, for sure, James, definitely. So make sure if you join the program, you schedule a call with me, you join the Facebook group, you add me on Facebook group, or you add me on Facebook if you want. That way, we can just create this family, right? Really build a program where everybody's close-knit together. All right, guys. Well, I will see you guys very soon. All right. I'll talk to you guys in maybe another webinar one day. I'll talk to you in another one later, y'all. See you guys.